Imagine this. The most famous parable of all time has a hidden layer, a shocking historical twist that most believers have never heard about. Yes, even if you've read or heard the story of the prodigal son 100 times, there's a vital detail that could change the way you see this timeless tale forever. Stick with me because this surprising revelation will be revealed at the end of this video, and trust me, it's worth it. Before we dive in, if you're passionate about uncovering deeper meanings and hidden truths behind Bible stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Let's explore the profound lessons in these divine tales together. Now get ready for a journey through the rich symbolism, cultural context, and lesser-known truths of the prodigal son. By the end of this video, not only will you see the story in a new light, but you'll also learn a jaw-dropping fact that reveals how deeply this parable connects to real-life events in the time of Jesus. The parable begins with a younger son demanding his inheritance, a bold and reckless act, especially in ancient Jewish culture. Why? Because asking for an inheritance before your father's death was like wishing him dead. It was the ultimate act of disrespect. The son takes his newfound wealth and squanders it in a distant land, living a life of indulgence. He soon finds himself penniless, feeding pigs, an unthinkable task for a Jew, as pigs were considered unclean animals. At rock bottom, he makes a decision to return home and beg for his father's forgiveness. But here's where the story shocks its original audience. The father, instead of rejecting his disgraced son, runs to embrace him. In Jewish tradition, an older man running was considered undignified. Yet, the father's love breaks every societal norm. He clothes his son in the best robe, places a ring on his finger, and celebrates his return with a grand feast. This moment reveals one of the greatest truths of the Bible. God's love knows no boundaries. No matter how far we stray, He is always ready to welcome us back. Many focus on the younger son's journey, but the elder brother's role is equally vital. He represents those who follow the rules, but struggle with bitterness and self-righteousness. When he hears the celebration for his brother's return, he's furious. Why celebrate someone who squandered everything, he demands. In ancient Jewish families, the eldest son had a duty to reconcile family conflicts, yet here he refuses. This anger exposes a deep spiritual lesson. Even those who seem close to God can harbor jealousy, pride, and resentment. The father's plea to his elder son to join the celebration is a reminder that grace isn't earned, it's a gift freely given. This conflict invites us to reflect. Are we like the elder brother, unwilling to forgive those who've wronged us? Or do we emulate the Father, extending mercy even when it's undeserved? To truly grasp the depth of this parable, we need to step into the sandals of the first century Jewish audience. For them, inheritance laws, family honor, and communal shame played a huge role in daily life. When the younger son squandered his inheritance, he didn't just disgrace his family, he embarrassed the entire community. In fact, in Jewish villages, a ceremony called kazaza was performed to publicly shame and exile anyone who lost family wealth to Gentiles. By running to his son, the father likely interrupted this ritual, shielding his son from humiliation. And here's a surprising twist. The distant country mentioned in the parable may not have been far geographically. It was likely a Gentile territory nearby. This detail underscores the son's alienation from his faith and culture, heightening his desperate return home. Understanding these cultural layers reveals the radical nature of Jesus' message. The Father's actions weren't just compassionate, they were revolutionary. Now here's the part that most people miss, and it's something scholars have debated for years. Did you know the parable may have been inspired by real events? Yes, some historians suggest that during Jesus' time, similar family disputes over inheritance were common. There's evidence of a famous case recorded in ancient Jewish texts where a younger son publicly shamed his family, fled to a Gentile region, and later returned penniless. This parallel gives us chills. Was Jesus referencing a real-life story to make his teachings hit even closer to home? But it doesn't stop there. The story of the prodigal son might also symbolize the larger narrative of Israel itself. The younger son represents Israel's rebellion and exile, while the father's forgiveness mirrors God's promise to restore his people. And here's the kicker. Some theologians believe the elder brother represents the Pharisees, who struggled to accept Jesus' message of grace over strict adherence to the law. This reinterpretation adds an entirely new layer to the story, making it both deeply personal and universally profound. The story of the prodigal son isn't just a parable. It's a mirror that reflects our own struggles, failures, and longing for redemption. Whether we see ourselves as the reckless younger son, the bitter elder brother, or even the compassionate father, this tale challenges us to embrace grace in our lives. But remember the hidden detail we uncovered today. This story may have been inspired by real events and holds deeper symbolism than most people realize. It's not just about forgiveness. It's about a God who breaks societal norms, shatters expectations, and welcomes us home no matter what. If this video has given you a fresh perspective, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating insights into the Bible's most iconic stories. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Let's keep uncovering the timeless truths of Scripture together. And now I'd love to hear from you. Which character do you relate to most in this parable? Let's discuss in the comments below.